to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you an off-season team outlook for the Washington Redskins, who have Shanahan in tow as of now. Free agents: Jason Campbell on defense, Phillip Daniels, Rocky McIntosh, who's a pretty good linebacker, and a secondary player, Carlos Rogers, one of their starting cornerbacks these last couple of years out of Auburn. So we talked about it in the mock drafts. Offensive line they need to address. We know besides offensive line desperately, they really need to fix that offensive line, put some youth in there, get some physicality at that position. Where else do they need to address that?
You look at that O-line, you got to start with tackle position, number one. Chris Sanders is probably going to retire. So you look at, they need a tackle. Tackle play was atrocious last year for the Redskins. Tackle. Guard. Interior offensive line is key. They need a guard, both sides. So also third, they need a center. So you look at the top 3 picks in the draft, they have to go entire.
I can see them going free agency, picking up one or two positions, but otherwise they could go early, offensive lineman, and then wait a couple of rounds, maybe draft a different position, and then 3rd, 4th round, address it again.
Right. All this is dependent on free agency. But if you was going, let's say draft, they got to go tackle, guard, center. Now, if you pick up one of those 3 in the free agency, then another need they need on offense is running back. Will you go into the season again with Clinton Portis, or do you need a little bit more explosiveness out that backfield? Now, let's say they draft a tackle. Let's say they sign a tackle in free agency, a good tackle that's probably out there. Can you take a chance on a running back like C.J. Spiller? Or if you don't get the tackle, you get a guard in free agency, you draft the top tackle in the draft. In the 2nd round, you get a guy like Javid Best, something like that, or a Dwyer or a Ryan Matthews. So they do need a running back, I think. I like Clinton Portis a lot of production. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, and he's been known to be cancerous in that locker room.
The depth at running back, for sure. Right. But having the depth in the secondary.
They need a free safety.
Yeah, they need right there. Safety. I mean,
cornerback play, they're okay.
The death of Sean Taylor really hurt them because it would have been perfect pair with LaRon Landry if that could have happened, but it didn't. And, I mean, wide receivers, I mean, they could address that. Not early, though, because you know what they did with Devin Thomas, Malcolm Kelly. This jury's still out on them. They got Santana Moss. So maybe you could get 1 or 2 guys new there. They got Chris Cooley. But I think depth at running back and secondary help.
Yeah, I think they need a free safety. You saw LaRon Landry playing out of position a lot last year, peeking in the backfield. He wants to play close to the line of scrimmage. That's where he's best suited. So strong safety is his strong suit. They need a free safety to help roam that. You saw the loss of, but there's a lot of good guys. You have Rashad Jones out of Georgia, a guy that can play free safety. You have the young man out of Georgia Tech that can play free safety.
Morgan Burnett,
another ball hawk back there that can play, and that can also hit. So you do have some options in the draft to address that need. I think they're solid at wide receiver. I like their wide receivers. They're solid at tight end. They got 2 great tight ends. Well, 1 great tight end, one that's really good, and Fred Davis. So wide receiver, tight end, they're set. Quarterback, I think they're fine, at least for this year with Campbell. Campbell is not a bad quarterback. You just have to protect him up front. And running back, you're right, depth they need. Free safety is number 1. They can also use another corner as well.
So you think they might do something like the San Diego Chargers did? They had Breeze, but they drafted Rivers still. Just like they have Campbell. They're going to draft someone else and then maybe trade Campbell to get his value up.
It all depends on who Shanahan likes in the draft. He may not like any of the quarterbacks.
Exactly. We'll see what happens. We'll be very.
The Redskins, their defense came to play every week. They're one of the best defenses in the league.
Paul Fletcher, McIntosh, who they need to resign in that 3-4. They were tough to run on.
Right, and so their need is offensive line. If they could show, if they were in a lot of close games, if that offensive line came to play, the Redskins could have been in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
they were one of the worst lines we've seen last year. For more, visit footballgameplan.com or youtube.com/footballgameplan.